The drama around Disney is far from over. The company secured approval for the China release of the sequel to its top-grossing movie Avatar just days after Bob Iger's return as CEO. Yahoo Finance's media reporter Allie Canal has the story. Allie.
Hi, good morning, Saz. Who knew we'd have so many Disney stories in this short holiday week? But this is a very big deal for Hollywood. China has essentially rejected all of the major blockbusters from a release in the country, including films like Top Gun Maverick, Space Jam. There hasn't been a Marvel movie released in the country since 2019. So there was this low expectation that Avatar 2 would be approved, but it will likely be an essential market when we talk about the film's potential box office haul. If we take a look back to the original Avatar, that film grossed $2.74 billion in 2009, with $202 million coming from mainland China. And from a big picture perspective, 73% of the global haul came from outside North America. So the OG Avatar really relied on those foreign markets. Of course, a big risk now is the pandemic, a lot of COVID restrictions. Beijing has that zero COVID policy, and that, coupled with the lack of Hollywood movies in the country, has really weighed on China's theatrical ecosystem. The China box office is down 35% compared to 2021, according to data. So we'll see how that impacts Avatar 2's total haul. But right now, Hollywood's happy about this. James Cameron is certainly happy about this. This film cost in the ballpark of $250 million to produce, and he apparently said that it would have to gross a significant amount of money and become the fourth or fifth highest grossing film of all time in order to just break even. So a lot riding on this film once it's officially released on December 16th.
Now, Allie, what could this signal when it comes to the future of Hollywood's complicated relationship as well with China?
I think this shows that China, Hollywood, it's a fluid situation, but we have seen in the past that Hollywood has slowly begun to accept a reality without China. You take a look at Top Gun Maverick, that film grossed $1.5 billion globally without a China release. Same with Spider-Man No Way Home, no China release, no problem. That film secured $1.9 billion. Now, would those films have done better with China? Of course, it's a country with 1.4 billion people, 600 million identifying as middle class. But the fact that Hollywood did not bend, they did not restrict their content solely based on Beijing's censorship rules was largely considered a big win. And a lot of the Hollywood experts that I've spoken with have said that there are other countries that domestic producers could really explore that have a lot of growth potential, such as Latin America, India, Africa, just to name a few. So I think this will be a case-by-case basis. If it's approved, great. But I don't think we're going to see Hollywood bend and beg in the same way that it did in the past. But again, fluid situation, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Let's talk about the beginning of the holiday movie season, right? We've got the new Knives Out that's out this weekend. I'm not sure what else is on. I think there's a new Steven Spielberg sort of autobiographical movie called The Fabelmans. But what is Hollywood looking for the holidays?
I think for the holidays, it's all going to be about Disney. Of course, we still have the carryover from Wakanda Forever, but they have a new animated film coming out called Strange World. It has a pretty A-list cast, like Jake Gyllenhaal leading the title role. So we'll see what we eventually find out from the end of the box office, whether or not we're going to see those ticket sales come up and match 2019. We have seen the box office recover fairly well over the years. Knives Out will be an interesting experiment since that ultimately will live on Netflix, but it has that week-long showing in theaters, in select theaters, I should say, across the country. So not a packed schedule, but I think we do have enough to get us through to next week, and we'll have to wait and see what the final results are.
And I think you can already buy those Avatar tickets for here in the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. Didn't they start pre-sale?
Yeah, they start pre-sales. Pre-sales looking strong. And remember that they released the original Avatar not too long ago, and that did very well. So people trying to refresh their memory from 2009.
Right. They re-released, didn't they? Mm-hmm. They released it, and they re-released it. Right. It seems like a long time ago. All right. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. So I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, I watched it again like in the last year.